Hey guys, Mobile Geezer, and I was about to do a video on an article from Android Central about Android 16, since those of us who have Pixel phones just got that update yesterday, probably some still are today. But I decided to do a different article from Android Central about Gemini and ChatGPT. So let me show you that.
Let's do this!
So as I said, it's on Android Central, just came out today. Why I use Gemini over ChatGPT as my AI assistant, and you should too. Written by Brady Snyder today. If you haven't tried Google AI since the Bard days, it's really time to give Gemini another shot. I agree. I do tend to use both, and I also use Gemini much, much more. So let's drop it into reader view. OpenAI caught the tech world by surprise, including stalwarts like Apple and Google. However, those two brands responded to ChatGPT's success in completely different ways. While the former is still trying to find its footing, that's for sure in Apple's case, Google recovered nicely, and Gemini is arguably a better chatbot for most people than ChatGPT in 2025. If you're still using ChatGPT, I don't blame you. Google's start in the AI race with Bard wasn't the best, that's an understatement, but it has come a long way in the Gemini era. OpenAI's 12-hour ChatGPT outage could serve as the perfect reason to give a competitor another shot like Gemini. And I gather that outage took place yesterday with ChatGPT. I think we'll go over that on Friday Night Tech Talk. I have access to ChatGPT, Apple Intelligence, Perplexity, and more on my suite of devices, but Gemini is the only AI client I need. In fact, I haven't used ChatGPT in 2 years, and these three features help explain why. Fine-tuned models tailored to specific purposes. The wide variety of models and tools available under the Gemini umbrella is a huge reason why I stick to Google's AI suite. There are just a few main types of Gemini models, including Gemini Nano, Gemini Flash, and Gemini Pro. It gets more nuanced than that in the nitty-gritty when you consider offshoots like Gemini Personalization, but those three handle most of your AI needs. Gemini Nano handles on-device mobile AI tasks. Gemini Flash takes care of simple everyday requests, and Gemini Pro is for advanced specialized needs, and that one you pay for, which I don't. They're not just competitors to the latest ChatGPT models, they're winners. Google currently holds the top two spots on LM Arena's leaderboard, and they're both preview versions of Gemini 2.5 Pro. The Gemini 2.5 Pro preview model is also the champion on LM Arena's web dev leaderboard too. I hadn't heard of LM Arena until today. OpenAI's models tie for second place on the LM Arena leaderboard, but can't be found until seventh place on the web dev rankings. The days of OpenAI models being the industry leader in every category are over, as Gemini models will beat ChatGPT models in many major benchmarks. There's a model for every use case, whether you need an efficient model for on-device processing, a lightweight model to reduce token cost usage, a thinking model that shows its work, or a specialized model for specific use cases. If the expansive set of stock offerings isn't enough, you can build gems, which are custom AI chatbots similar to OpenAI's custom GPTs. I didn't know about either one of those. Integration with Android and Chrome OS. For most people, knowing which AI model ranks higher on Uber-specific benchmarks is inconsequential for their daily needs. That's why Gemini's integration with popular mobile operating systems is the true differentiator. With the Gemini app, you can use the service on a variety of platforms, including iOS and iPadOS. However, things really get good if you happen to use an Android phone, tablet, or a Chrome OS laptop. Gemini is replacing the Google Assistant, so the AI helper is only a button press or a voice command away at any time on the majority of Android phones. With Gemini Live, you can speak to the AI model in natural language and even share your screen or camera feed to add context. It's not that ChatGPT can't do these same things, it's that they're packaged in a much more convenient way with Gemini. The easy access makes Gemini a more helpful companion for solving real-world problems. I use Gemini Live to help figure out why my plants aren't looking right or what I can substitute for an ingredient in a recipe. And since Gemini tends to do a better job at providing online sources for its answers, I can quickly fact check in a way that I can't while using ChatGPT. Integration is Gemini's calling card, and it's only going to get better at it. Gemini is coming to Android Auto and Wear OS watches soon, so it'll be even easier to access the AI features. Works in tandem with Google Search and Google Workspace. OpenAI has the major advantage of Microsoft partnership, so Copilot and ChatGPT integration with Microsoft 365 services will be better if you happen to use them. However, Google's free and accessible model for Google Workspace has helped many people ditch Microsoft 365, formerly Office, for good. If that sounds like you'll be happy to know that Gemini is deeply integrated with Workspace to help you get productivity tasks done. Gemini's presence in Workspace apps goes so deep it's impossible to cover them all at once. It makes three main types of appearances in the Workspace suite: powering individual features, as standalone apps, and as a chatbot sidebar. For instance, Workspace apps like Google Vids, an AI-powered presentation generator, and Notebook LM, an AI-powered notebook, I tend to use that, are new apps with Gemini AI at their core. Legacy apps like Google Docs or Google Slides have a Gemini sidebar for quick help with tasks such as summarization or generation. They also have individual AI-powered features like contextual smart replies in Gmail, which leverage Google AI behind the scenes. That sounds like a lot, but it means that Gemini will meet you where you are. With ChatGPT, you're likely to switch between windows and apps while copying and pasting in order to complete your task. Whether it's on your Android phone with Gemini Live or on the Gmail site with a Gemini sidebar, Google's AI will be in more places than ChatGPT ever could be. The reason why novelty AI devices like Humane AI Pin or Rabbit R1 failed is that people didn't want to have to switch devices to access AI. With Gemini, you not only don't have to switch devices, you don't even have to change apps. That's generally true. Best of all, it's free and easy to use. Yeah, I tend to only use the free stuff. To top it all off, you can do more for free with Gemini than with ChatGPT, absolutely. Remember those industry-leading Gemini models I mentioned earlier? They're available more or less for free. Gemini Live with video streaming and screen sharing, also free. Yes, there are Gemini Pro and Ultra subscriptions, which are overpriced, with plenty more features, but the vast majority of tools you need on a daily basis don't cost a dime. Some don't even require a Google account. With all that in mind, I'm happily a Gemini user, and I don't see any reason to use ChatGPT in 2025. So I guess one reason that I lean towards this article was because I tend to be a Gemini user over ChatGPT. I did recently realize that the free version of ChatGPT is very useful to me also, but I still tend to lean towards Google Gemini. So, as always, comments are welcome. Thanks for watching.
And remember, if you like my content, please share the videos with friends, family, or whomever you think might be interested. Subscribe if you haven't already done so, and be sure to click the notification bell so you don't miss any future videos that I upload. and please hit the thumbs up as it does help with the algorithm.
Yeah.